Have you ever wondered how it feels to despise the one person who loves you the most? This is a tale about a yellow cat mother who only had one eye. Growing up, I despised her. I loathed the unwanted attention I received when she was around at school. I resented how the other children would stare at her, their faces twisted in disgust. Every time she came to visit me at school, I wished she would just disappear. Waves of hatred surged through me for the woman who made me the laughingstock of the school. My mother worked tirelessly at 2 jobs to provide for our family, but instead of feeling proud, I was ashamed of her condition and wanted nothing to do with her. In a fit of anger, I once told her that I wished she would just die. I didn't care about her feelings at all. As I grew older, I did everything in my power to distance myself from her. I studied hard and landed a job overseas. I was overjoyed at the prospect of never having to see her again. I got married, started a family, and immersed myself in work and family life for the sake of my beloved children. I never gave my mother another thought. Years later, an invitation to a school reunion brought me back to my hometown after decades of absence. I couldn't resist driving past my childhood home and stopping by the old shack where my mother lived. A neighbor informed me that my mother had passed away and had left a letter for me. Here's what the letter said: "My dear child, I must begin this letter by apologizing for visiting your home unannounced and frightening your beautiful children. I deeply regret that I have been a source of embarrassment and humiliation for you from your childhood into adulthood. I knew that you would be returning to this town for your school reunion. I may not be here when you arrive, and I thought it was the appropriate time to tell you about an incident that occurred when you were a child. Did you know, my dear child, you had an accident and lost one of your eyes?" I was devastated, constantly worrying about how my beloved child would grow up with only one eye. I wanted you to see this beautiful world in all its glory. So I gave you one of my eyes. My dear child, I have always loved you and will always love you from the deepest corners of my heart. I have never regretted my decision to give you my eye. And I find peace in knowing that I was able to give you the ability to enjoy a full life. This letter, this revelation changed everything. I realized the depth of my mother's love and the extent of her sacrifice. It made me see her in a new light, with newfound respect and admiration. I regretted my past actions and wished I could turn back time, but I couldn't. All I could do was learn from my past and strive to become a better person, a better parent. I vowed to love my children unconditionally, just like my mother did. I vowed to be more understanding, more accepting, and more forgiving. I vowed to make my mother proud. And that, my friends, is the story of the one-eyed yellow cat mother. A story of unconditional love and sacrifice. A story that reminds us all to appreciate and love our parents while we still can, because we never know the full extent of their love and the sacrifices they have made for us.